Welcome back to Mind and Matter, the channel where we dive deep into the science of how the human brain works. You know, that 3-pound blob of neurons and synapses that somehow makes us who we are. Today, we're going on a trip inside that brain, exploring 10 simple psychology tricks that you can use in everyday life. Whether you want to boost your confidence, influence others, or just understand people a little better, these tricks are backed by science and shockingly effective. So, buckle up, get ready to unlock the secrets of the human mind and maybe even learn a thing or two about yourself along the way. Our first trick is a masterclass in subtle persuasion, the power of silence. You see, humans are hardwired to avoid awkwardness. When we encounter silence in a conversation, especially after posing a question, it creates this vacuum that we feel compelled to fill. And that's where the magic happens. By simply staying silent, by resisting the urge to jump in and fill that void, you create a space for the other person to reveal more. They might elaborate on their previous statement, offer additional information, or even contradict themselves, giving you valuable insights you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. It's like a psychological pressure valve, and you control the release. This next trick is a classic sales tactic, but it's rooted in solid psychology. It's called the foot in the door technique, and it's all about getting someone to agree to a small request before hitting them with the bigger one. Think of it like building momentum. That initial yes acts like a psychological stepping stone, making the next yes easier to obtain. Why does this work? Well, it plays on our desire to be seen as consistent. Once we've committed to something, even something small, we're more likely to stick with that decision-making pattern. It's like we've set a course and are less likely to deviate from it. Dale Carnegie, the master of human interaction, once said, "A person's name is to them the sweetest sound." And he was on to something profound. You see, our names are more than just labels. They're deeply tied to our sense of identity. When someone uses our name, it's like they're acknowledging our individuality, our uniqueness in a vast sea of faces. It creates an instant connection, a feeling of being seen and valued. But a word of caution, don't overdo it. The key is to be natural, to weave their name into the conversation organically. Otherwise it comes across as insincere and manipulative. Chapter 4. Mirror their body language. Our next trick delves into the fascinating world of nonverbal communication. It's called mirroring, and it's based on the idea that we tend to like people who are like us. Now, I'm not talking about mimicking every single gesture, but rather subtly reflecting their posture, their hand movements, even their tone of voice. When you mirror someone's body language, you're essentially speaking their language without saying a word. It creates a sense of rapport, a feeling of being in sync. It's like you're telling their subconscious, "Hey, we're on the same wavelength here." Chapter 5. Nod while asking. Have you ever noticed how salespeople or politicians often nod their heads while asking questions? It's not a coincidence. It's a subtle form of persuasion known as the yes ladder. You see, when we nod, our brains associate that action with agreement. So, by nodding while asking a question, you're subtly prompting the other person to nod along with you, increasing the likelihood of them agreeing with what you're saying. It's a simple yet effective way to plant a seed of agreement in their mind. Chapter 6. The Spotlight Effect. This next trick is all about conquering social anxiety. It's called the spotlight effect, and it refers to our tendency to overestimate how much attention people are paying to us. We walk into a room, convinced that everyone is judging our every move, analyzing our every word. But here's the reality. They're not. Most people are too wrapped up in their own thoughts, their own insecurities, to even notice our perceived flaws. Understanding the spotlight effect can be incredibly liberating. It allows us to step out of our heads, to loosen the grip of self-consciousness, and to engage with the world more freely. Chapter 7. Offer a choice. This next trick is all about framing. Instead of asking a closed-ended question like, "Do you want this?" Try offering a choice. Would you prefer A or B? By giving people options, you tap into their need for autonomy, their desire to feel in control. It's like you're saying, "Hey, I'm not forcing this on you, you get to decide." And when people feel in control, they're more likely to say yes. Chapter 8. The Benjamin Franklin Effect. This next trick is a bit counterintuitive, but trust me on this one. It's called the Benjamin Franklin effect, and it states that asking someone for a small favor can actually make them like you more. Now, you might be thinking, why would doing something for someone make me like them more? Well, it all comes down to cognitive dissonance. Our brains don't like it when our actions and beliefs are out of alignment. So, when we do something nice for someone, our brain tries to justify that action by convincing us that we must like that person. It's a fascinating quirk of human psychology. Chapter 9. Compliment sincerely. We all love a good compliment, but some compliments land better than others. The key is to be specific and genuine. Instead of a generic nice shirt, try something like, that color really brings out your eyes. By being specific, you show that you're paying attention, that you're not just throwing out empty flattery, and when a compliment feels genuine, it can brighten someone's entire day. Chapter 10. Notice the feet. Our final trick is all about reading body language, specifically the often overlooked language of feet. You see, while we're pretty good at controlling our facial expressions and even our tone of voice, our feet tend to be more honest. In social situations, pay attention to the direction someone's feet are pointing. If they're pointed towards you, it's a sign of engagement, of interest. However, if they're pointed away, it could be a sign that they're trying to disengage, to subtly signal their desire to leave the conversation. It's a subtle cue, but it can speak volumes. So there you have it. 10 simple psychology tricks that actually work. These aren't just parlor tricks, they're based on real psychological principles that govern how we think, feel, and behave. But with great power comes great responsibility. Use these tricks wisely and ethically to build better relationships, communicate more effectively, and boost your self-awareness. Which trick will you try first? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more mind-blowing insights every week. Stay curious, and stay human. This is Mind and Matter.